Good afternoon, YouTube. Welcome back to Phatkat Collection. Today I got a sort of unboxing, right? I normally don't do the unboxings, but I got one today by Oceaneva. This is their newest release. This is the Oceantrak. So I know you can thank me by going ahead and leaving a heart on this video, dropping a comment, and do subscribe to the channel. You're going to find all kinds of affordable, amazing quality watches on this channel. There is something for everybody. And even if you are the kind of guy who is not into the big, huge watches that I've really started off reviewing, I like all watches. So there is a place here for you on Phatkat Collections to comment on your own style and your own favorites, right? Because I learn stuff new every day. A guy reached out the other day and said, hey, have you checked out this brand? I said, no, I reached out, they're sending me a watch. So pretty awesome. And I appreciate when you guys turn me on to new brands, because I sure as heck don't know about every single watch out there. But I do know about Oceaneva. And if you are looking for an incredible quality micro brand watch that gives you more bang for your buck, in my opinion, than most brands out there, check it out. Now, this is a dress watch. Now, Oceaneva normally makes more of dive watches, right? Some folks are gonna be like, they're homages. No, they're not. Anytime that we have a round watch with a 3-link bracelet does not make it a homage watch to a Submariner, just so you guys are aware, right? Just because Rolexes are round with a 3-link bracelet on most of them, like the Sub, does not mean everything that has that styling aspect is a homage. So Oceaneva makes high quality, amazing dive watches using well-known, reputable movements, and they really give a little extra, a little more attention to detail. I kind of consider Oceaneva the affordable tool watch. I mean, that's the best way I could describe it. So check them out. Link is in the description. Remember to subscribe to the channel. So let's get started because we don't have a lot of time because these are going to sell out. So $189, incredible. It is their brand new Oceantrak GMT. Let's unbox this bad boy. Pretty basic, just cardboard box. I'd rather a company give you something basic and give you more for your money in regards to the watch. I don't need the big giant dive cases, although Oceaneva does have the dive case on some of their watches. They really want to keep the cost down on this. So open it on up here. Very simple presentation, all kind of like a creamy white interior, what I almost call like a lighter vanilla. We do have a polishing cloth, warranty card by Oceaneva, and of course the most important thing, the watch. Let's take it off the pillow here and see what we get. And I'm going to read you guys the spec sheet as well. Check it out. So again, if you are a conservative watch guy and you're not looking for anything, you know, over the top, even sometimes dive watches, some people just really like a nice leather strap watch. Give this one a look. I think you'll be pleasantly surprised. Exhibition window on the case back, 3/16 stainless steel. Beautiful, beautiful leather strap on this. It just feels exceptional quality. I like the fact that it's a matte finish alligator. A lot of times when you see watches like this, they are more of like a shiny, glossed out kind of band. I like that they did something a little more matte finish. Just a more subtle, kind of classy vibe, right? All right, so let me give you guys the specifications on this. So the model number I'm not going to read you because it's just the Oceantrak. They do have a specific model number per color, but we're not too concerned with that. Again, this is a GMT automatic movement. It's a 42mm case diameter. We have 4.7 ounces unsized. That's actually a typo. You're not going to size this, right? You're just going to basically use the buckle. So the weight is the weight. You get 200 meters or 656 feet of water resistance. And it says here, this is what I love about Oceaneva as well. It says Oceaneva is the only U.S. brand-based watch brand to ever send their watches to the deep depths of the ocean for actual real-world testing. And only the 6th brand globally to ever do so. So that's kind of like their claim to fame. That's kind of why I mentioned that they're tool watches. A lot of brands don't actually test their watches, right? Because let's face it, to make a watch water resistant nowadays, it's nothing, it's not rocket science, right? So a lot of times they don't because there is just great reliability. As far as reliability, this comes with a 4-year warranty and a 30-day return policy. I can't imagine anybody returning any of the Oceaneva watches. They are that nice. You are going to absolutely love their brand watches. This I kind of consider the gateway for you wanting to get more of them. Trust me when I tell you this is a great brand. All right, so movement on this here is using the NH34, and that is the S2 caliber. It is a Seiko movement, so if you're not familiar with the NH series, they are, I think the brand is owned, I've heard them referred to as TMI and then Seiko. They are a Seiko caliber movement, and basically it's just a movement they sell for companies to put in their watches like micro brands and other companies. but they're actually Seiko movements. They have a Seiko counterpart, which to my understanding is the exact same thing. It's just a different model number, and it's only available in Seiko watches. So Seiko is very smart in that regard for putting out movements. They make a great quality movement, and it's great that they sell those, and you can get that brand name, that reliability that we're all looking for in a watch. And it leaves watch manufacturers or brands like this to go ahead and focus more on the designs and more on the quality of the watch and not have to worry about the movement because they've already got that on lock, right? So it says here too, the movement caliber Seiko NH34, 24 joules, 41-hour power reserve. It has 4 hands, Dia-Shock, which is Seiko's proprietary shock absorption system, and the Etikron regulating system. I don't know what any of that is, but sounds great. The case on it here is actually a screw-down crown, and a lot of times on dress watches, I'm not saying this is something that is so unique to this watch, but you usually see dress watches without a screw-down crown because most times dress watches are really just made for like dress, right? They're just, you know, casual watches. You're not really diving with them. With this, you do get that excellent water resistance and that screw-down crown. We have a see-through case back on this. I'll just kind of give you guys a close-up here of that NH34. Simple, clean, no branding, no nothing across the glass there. Very nice, very simple. And what else, really? I do like, too, that this is kind of an odd thing to mention, but if you look at the holes on this, these holes are a lot larger than most straps. Like, I'll give you an example here. This Earnshaw here. See, they're a lot smaller. And so what I like about that is that it's much easier to get the watch on. Not that like a buckle is really difficult regardless, but that is a much larger hole, and it seems like it's a much cleaner punched hole, if that makes sense. I don't know. Maybe it doesn't make a difference at all, but I don't know. It looks cool, I guess. What else? 12.35 millimeters in case thickness. Lug width 22 millimeters, so you can throw this on any strap you want. Dial and crystal here. So we have a analog made by hydraulic press. This is the dial type. It says here, an analog dial made by hydraulic press with pattern and silver relief Roman numerals. So if you can see here what that looks like, we have the Roman numerals around the exterior, and then that center ring for the GMT actually has 1 through 24. Pretty cool. And it does have a nearly scratch-proof, anti-reflective sapphire crystal, nearly 2.95 millimeters thick. So very thick crystal in this. What's cool about Oceaneva too is that they really hit you with every feature on the watch, right? They're not just leaving it at like, oh, it's a leather strap. This is a high-quality Italian leather strap with that crocodile print, right? We have a polished stainless steel 3/16 buckle, right? They mentioned that, and I know a lot of brands do that as well, but they really give you a lot of information on the watch. And I think as we start to get more involved in watch collecting, a lot of people want to know that. I kind of harp on Nubeo and Dartmouth a lot of times for not putting all the information on their site. Usually watch companies like Nubeo and Spinnaker and all those brands, they're great watches too. A lot of really great brands out there, but you got to give people all the information, right? Because then they feel like, you know, oh, are you hiding something? And that's usually not the case. I don't know why other brands don't list all that information, but even if you're putting a cheap quartz $5 movement in, put the movement in. People want to know that, right? So it says here the use wears a dress watch or put a rubber strap on it for water sports. You can still do it with leather, but leather doesn't really like to get wet, right? I mean, it's kind of break down over time. So you can throw a rubber strap on this, be fantastic. I wish they would have included that. I'd charge a little more, but hey, nevertheless, I'm sure you can pick one up relatively cheap. And each one is serial numbered. So this one here is number... Oh, I feel so special here. It's number 1. So I got number 1 on this particular movement. Thank you, Oceaneva. I absolutely love this brand. And not because they send me watches, although that is a big part of it. But it's really great to review a brand. Anytime that you believe in a product, it's easy for you to review, right? So, pretty cool. I knew that I was getting this a couple days ago, and we've been talking about the release on this watch for a while. And this is great because if you are already an Oceaneva fan, you know, you might... not everybody's going to want 400 watches, right? I get it. Not everybody's going to want something big, bold, and bulky. But I think everybody could use, if you are kind of into watches, and you're going to say, hey, you know, I'm not going to go crazy. I'm not going to get obsessive and compulsive like Fat Cat Collections here. But I do want to have a couple nice watches. You know, I think every guy should have a dive watch, and every guy should have a dress watch. And even myself included, I'm always drawn to dressed watches as well. I put in an order the other day and I ordered a couple, and like I said, this Earnshaw is one of those watches. You know, it's nice to have a watch for every single occasion, right? Although you can wear, of course, like I said, throw it on rubber, you can dive with it, wear a dress watch. For sports, you can wear a dive watch as a dress watch, but it is nice just to have a little bit of a different look, no matter whatever vibe you feel like. Now, as far as color options here, they have a decent amount here. We have a blue on blue, that's blue face, blue strap. We have this particular watch with a brown strap. We have a very bright silver face on black strap, green face, a OD green on brown and black straps. We have this model here, which is more of like a, I'd say, like a graphite kind of face. We have the brown straps with the graphite face. Some of them have the inner ring with the red and black. Some of them do not. But all of them are $189, and it's just an incredible value. And I think these watches are definitely going to sell out really quick. Now, it is also great about Oceaneva, whereas sometimes I get a little annoyed with some of the coupon codes companies give me to give to you guys. You guys come to the channel, watch these great videos, and then turn around and buy a watch, right? And sometimes, depending on what kind of sales are going on, sometimes that coupon code, you're not rewarded. With Oceaneva, your 10% coupon code works on everything. I remember one day I had mentioned to the owner, and I said, yeah, man, I said something about the coupon code maybe not working on sales. He's like, no, that coupon code works on anything. So really great that you can save another 18 bucks on this. Now, I haven't tested that. So if it doesn't, do let me know, but it should. And this is just a great value. GMT automatic. I mean, go look at what with my code, if it works, 160 bucks. Go look at what $160 gets you in a brick and mortar store. Heck, even like if we just for a second here, if you guys are, you know, watch guys, right? And I never like to harp on, I never like to harp on specific brands, right? And I think we all know here, Movement watches kind of gets a bad rap, right? And I think sometimes Movement is heavily marketed. You know, and I feel like, again, I'm not going to bash a brand, but I do feel like you can get a lot more bang for your buck with other brands besides Movement. When I look at some of the Movement watches, they I think, are overpriced. And when I compare, let me just try to find something similar on the Movement website here. Something kind of dress watch style. How about this one? Let me go with this one here. So they have one here, the Legacy Slim. Now, granted, it is that's not really a good example because that's like super thin. Let's see if they got anything else here. All right, just to put in perspective here, we're not going to go with. They don't really have anything quite exact like this because the Slim, I think, kind of fits a specific category for some folks. They got to have something. Let me see what else they got here. All right, so this is kind of similar. All right, so here's an Airhawk. And so this is like, what I don't like about Movement watches that, and a lot of brands that matter, they claim like, oh, we're passing on the savings to you. I don't want to call it deceptive, but it is kind of a marketing gimmick. You know, they're passing the savings on to you. You're getting luxury watches, and that's not really the case. Luxury watches are defined by insane prices, right? Of course, luxury brands can give you exceptional quality as well, but the quality is not so much better that it's just like other watches are garbage, right? And I'm not going to harp on this in this video, but when we look at what you get for $163 here, you're getting just a very basic watch. A standard leather strap, a quartz multifunction movement, a hardened mineral crystal, only 5 bars of water resistance, stainless steel, 316 isn't even mentioned, although it probably is stainless steel. But, I mean, for $163, and you take this for roughly the same price, where you're getting Italian leather strap, 316 stainless steel, sapphire crystal, exhibition window, automatic NH34, screw-down crown, excellent depth rating. I mean, and arguably, I mean, it is always going to be subjective, but I think this is a great looking piece. Clean, classy, incredible value, and I don't really know how Oceaneva does it, honestly. I mean, it's quite incredible. These watches, when we compare them to other brands, and we don't even have to just pick on Movement here. Again, if you like Movement, buy Movement, but I do think that you can get a lot more bang for your buck with other brands. If we want to go ahead and just look at a Seiko dress watch. let's see what Seiko has to offer. So like here is a Seiko basic dress watch, right? Again, just pulling this right off Amazon. It just isn't even a GMT. You're looking at about $318 for a very basic dress watch that's automatic. And not saying this isn't a nice watch, but as far as specs, this blows that out of the water. Again, side by side, you're not going to say Seiko's a piece of shit. I don't mean it like that. But if you're looking for specs, excellent depth rating, awesome automatic movement, GMT feature, I mean, screw down crown, Italian leather strap. I mean, this is an exceptional value, and you really can't go wrong with this. So pick it up while you can. These are not going to last. Let me go ahead and throw it on the wrist and shut my mouth from yapping here, because obviously you can see that I'm quite excited about this particular watch. Now, I have a 7-inch wrist. I weigh about 183 pounds as of today. And what else? I'm 5'8". So check it out. 42 millimeter, clean, classy, simple dress watch. GMT function. And I will tell you, this is, I'm not trying to make a mountain out of a molehill here, but the larger holes on the buckle really make this easy to put on. I find with like even this Earnshaw, you know, you kind of have to, I don't want to say struggle with it, but it's definitely not as easy. What's nice about this is it just slips right onto, the buckle slips right into these holes. So I think that was kind of what they were going for, because in all honesty, I have not seen that on any other watch brand. A very small, simple addition, but an effective one. Now, as far as lume on this watch, I don't believe this watch has any kind of lume. Clean, man. Clean. Clean and simple. Love it. As far as lume, let me just double check that here before I kind of cut the video off here. I don't think... Can we look at a close-up here? Yeah, I dial in crystal. Yeah, so no lume on this watch of any kind. And in all honesty, I'm actually glad they didn't put any on it. I find lume, yeah, it's functional, but the number of times I'm actually like struggling to look at the time when it's dark is kind of slim to none. I like that they did everything nice, chrome, polished. It just gives the watch a nice, simple, clean, classy look. You don't really need lume on a dress watch. I know sometimes I'll put it on the second hand or whatnot, but I like that everything's just real slick, clean, simple, real thin. It's a great looking piece. Get it? I know you guys love it. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to the channel. Have a great day, folks, and take care.